we're back again. Rick from RW Outdoors again. This is going to be kind of video number 3, step number 2 of how to begin hunting when you don't know shit. Um, just a little background real quick because I've already gone over it in the first 2 videos. I was born and raised in Los Angeles, was never taught how to hunt, never learned how to hunt. And this is kind of the process, the steps that I went through to get it figured out. Before we get into this too far, YouTube thing, hit, like, subscribe to us, hit the bell, all that stuff. Find us on social media on Facebook. Please follow this there. And we are getting started with Instagram and TikTok and things like that. So follow us along on all the different medias there, and we're going to have some cool stuff, some pretty neat things coming up. Anyways, the first step we went over, just to recap a little bit, was, in my opinion, if you really don't know anything about hunting, was to go on a guided hog hunt. And if you watched the video I put out right before this one, or a guided hunt of some sort, around here hog is the thing, but if you watch the video before this one, I kind of explained why I think that's a good idea. Now we're on to step 2. So we're going to assume now that you have gone out on a guided hunt. Let's just say it's a hog hunt, and you harvested a hog. You went out there, you rented a gun from them, you shot a hog, you brought it home, you got it all butchered up, and you ate some of it, and you loved it, and now you're hooked. You want to hunt. Well, guess what? The number one thing we're going to need to hunt anything but generally hogs. In Florida, you don't need it, but for everything else, we need a license. All right, so we're pretty used to needing a license to do things in the good old US of A, right? And every state has a different licensing requirement. I'm in Florida, so I can speak obviously with some intelligence about the process in Florida, but I really don't think that throughout the rest of the states it's much different. The first thing you're going to need, they are all going to require a hunter safety course. It's not difficult to do. It's not difficult to find, and there are a bunch of them online that you can pay for. You can Google your area and find some in-person safety courses. But what I did, and the one that I really liked, I thought it was really neat. It took me like a week to do it online, was the NRA has a hunter safety course. It's not an easy course. It definitely goes over all the safety stuff and all the kind of ins and outs of like how the legality side of hunting is and how to be an ethical hunter and all that. But it also gave me a lot of just hunting information. Like, it went into the proper place to shoot a deer versus the proper place to shoot a bear, and the proper weapon for a deer and the proper weapon for a bear, and what's archery season mean, and the right kind of bow. And needless to say, it didn't just teach me the safety and the rules and the laws, it also taught me quite a bit about hunting, which was really cool. So I like that course, and it's free. We like free things around here at RW Outdoors. So I'm not telling you have to take that course. It's not the only course, but it's the one I took. It's free, and I recommend it. Once you get the online course done, though, you're not finished. There is an in-person practical part of the test through the NRA. Now, there are a couple exceptions to this. If you are prior military with the DD-214, if you're a first responder, you don't have to, or police, and you have to already have kind of weapons training, you don't have to do the in-person portion of the NRA Hunter Safety course. You still can if you want to. And it wouldn't hurt, especially if you say you've been out of the military for a long time. It wouldn't hurt to go back and take a refresher. It's still free. But if or the other thing is, if you have a concealed carry license in Florida, you don't have to do the in-person. But it doesn't hurt to do it if you want to. If not, then if you're comfortable with a weapon and you figure you're good at shooting, and go, you don't need to do it. Now, if you don't have any of those things, then you're going to have to take that course. And basically what it does is once you complete the online portion, you're going to schedule a day, and you're going to, for me, so I didn't have to do it because I have a DD-214. I'm prior Navy, but I still kind of saw the system. And basically they set up for a Zoom meeting with an NRA instructor. And I would assume, I didn't take it, but I would assume it just goes over all the safety stuff. And then you had a practical portion where you had to download a target off the NRA's website, take it to an NRA certified instructor, which you're going to find at any gun range. And you had to put, I believe, 3 rounds on the bullseye or in the target at 50 yards. I believe is what it was. Might have been 25, but I think it was 50 yards. And then the NRA instructor needs to sign off on it. You send that in to the NRA website. They send you your certificate saying you passed the safety course. It's not hard. It's really not hard. And you go to a range, they're going to help you. They're going to, and if you've never shot before, or you're really just not familiar with the gun, your local range is going to have a course where you can take a course for say $100 and get all the basic shooting stuff that you need to know: how to hold the rifle, how to properly shoot, how to sight in, how to be safe with the gun, how to clean the gun, how to take care of the gun. Almost every range across the country is going to have a class like that. So if you're 100% new to a weapon, and this test is going to be the first time you've ever handled a gun, take a class from a basic class from your local range first. Get that done, and then you'll be fine. It's not really hard. It's not it's just basically making sure that you could ethically shoot an animal in the way that you need to. So once you get that done and it's passed, you send it all into the NRA and you get your certificate back saying that you've completed the whole course. Now in Florida, which I'm going to, most states are this way, you're going to take that to, like for us, it's our local tag office, the DMV, where you do your car registration and whatnot. You give them the paperwork, and of course you give them a little bit of money, and they'll give you a license. You can get, and depending on your state, the licenses all work differently, but a hunting license is not free. It's typically, maybe $100 for the year or something, but it's not terrible. And then voila, you have your license. And that's pretty much what I'm going to go over here for step 2 today of the 5 or 6 steps that I'm going to go into to get started hunting. But so the next video I'm going to make, if you'll follow along, will be part 3, will be selecting your rifle or purchasing a rifle. So step 1, in my opinion, was to go on an inexpensive guided hunt. For me, it was a hog hunt, but depending on where you live, it may be something different. Step 2, NRA safety course, and online and in person, and get your certification and get your license. And then step 3, which will be the next video, we're going to talk about buying your first gun. Thanks, guys. Rick from RW Outdoors. Again, YouTube, like, subscribe, all that stuff. Find us on Facebook, and we appreciate it. Thank you.